People keep calling things rights, not because those things are recognized by law, not because courts have affirmed them, not because constitutions protect them, but because calling something a right feels powerful. It sounds absolute. It sounds final. It sounds like the argument should end there. And that's exactly why the word keeps getting misused. A right is not whatever you want to do without resistance. A right is a legally defined protection, created through law, limited by law, and balanced against the rights of others. Every real right has boundaries. Every real right comes with responsibilities. Every real right exists inside a system. The moment a claim requires everyone else to stop questioning, responding, or enforcing rules, it is no longer a right, it's a demand. And what follows are 10 demands people keep pretending are rights. The right to accuse everyone of conspiracy. Suspicion is not proof. You are allowed to question motives. You are allowed to investigate claims. You are allowed to distrust authority. You are not entitled to declare coordination without evidence, intent without proof, or disagreement as confirmation. A conspiracy allegation is a factual claim involving actors, coordination, and intent that requires evidence. Without evidence, conspiracy becomes a shortcut for I don't understand this and don't like the explanation. That is not whistleblowing, that is narrative substitution. The right to deny reality. Reality is not a matter of personal alignment. You can reject facts emotionally. You can feel harmed by outcomes. You can insist something isn't true. But documents still exist. Recordings still exist. Timelines still happened. Courts do not operate on belief. Society does not function on vibes. Denying reality is not dissent. It is abandoning shared reference points. And without shared reality, no system survives. The right to be immune from consequences. This confusion destroys more discussions than almost anything else. People say, I have free speech. What they mean is, I should be able to speak without anything happening afterward. That has never been true. Rights limit government punishment. They do not shield you from lawsuits, employment decisions, public criticism, social rejection. Speech does not exist in a vacuum. It exists in a world of other people. Consequences are not censorship. They are a response. The right to redefine laws to suit your defense. Law is not improvisational theater. You do not get to redefine words mid-case, discard meanings you don't like, or declare statutes invalid by personal decree. Legal language is intentionally rigid. It exists to prevent exactly this behavior. If meaning were optional, law would be impossible. Interpretation happens through courts, precedent, and process, not self-serving reinterpretation. The right to defame and call it opinion. This one hides behind a magic phrase. In my opinion. Opinion protects beliefs, value judgments, interpretations. It does not protect false statements of fact about real people. You cannot invent wrongdoing, assert false conduct, and escape accountability by adding a disclaimer. Language does not launder falsehoods. Opinion is not immunity, it is context. The right to demand evidence be ignored. This often appears as selective skepticism. I don't accept that. That source doesn't count. That evidence is biased. Evidence does not need personal approval. Courts evaluate evidence using rules about relevance, credibility, and admissibility, not emotional comfort. Rejecting evidence without substantive reason is not critical thinking. It is refusal, but refusal is not a right. The right to redefine facts based on feelings. Feelings matter. They inform experience. They deserve empathy. But they do not rewrite facts. Your emotional reaction does not alter recordings, change timestamps, or reverse outcomes. If feelings determine truth, every dispute would end with whoever felt angriest. Facts are not cruel. They are stable, and stability is necessary for justice. The right to not be annoyed, because annoyance is not injury. Being offended is not being harmed. Being disagreed with is not abuse. Being irritated is not oppression. A pluralistic society requires tolerance for speech, ideas, and people you do not enjoy hearing and may not like. If annoyance created legal rights, then normal human interaction would collapse instantly. Lack of comfort is not a violation. The right to win any argument by yelling. Loudness is not logic. Anger is not evidence. Confidence is not correctness. Intensity is not truth. Raising your voice does not strengthen your argument. It signals its collapse. Arguments are resolved through reasoning, evidence, and coherence. Volume is what happens when substance is lacking and facts are nebulous. The right to declare yourself above jurisdiction. This one is the final fantasy. Declaring yourself outside the system does not remove you from it. You cannot opt out of law by proclamation, escape rules by redefining yourself, or nullify authority by refusing recognition. Jurisdiction is structural. It applies regardless of belief. You cannot opt out of gravity. You cannot opt out of time. You cannot opt out of law by assertion. This is not enlightenment. It is denial dressed as empowerment. These claims are not harmless misunderstandings. They erode trust, overload systems, weaponize confusion, and replace accountability with theater. Calling everything a right does not expand freedom. It destroys the concept entirely. These are not rights, they are frustrations masquerading as freedoms, used when reality refuses to cooperate, and consequences arrive on schedule. Rights protect people within systems, not people attempting to float above them. If you want rights, learn what they actually are. Everything else is just noise.
If you like this content, then kindly hit like, subscribe, and share. Caesar commands it.